Hey everybody, I'm Virginia Muskis, the referral diva, and a whole bunch of you have been asking me, why did I decide to go to Steve Olsher's new media summit coming up in September? And so I just thought I'd answer it once and for all in a video and let you know kind of the reasons why, like what do I know about Steve and why did I decide to invest the time and money in doing this? So first of all, I met Steve probably 3 years ago at a top producers mastermind with Justin Livingston and Callan Rush. And he was just the most authentic, sincere guy. And I felt like really out of place there because I was new and I didn't really do affiliate marketing, JV marketing, the way everybody else was doing JV marketing, and yet I'd earned my seat there. And, you know, instead of kind of being superior because he's really good at what he does, he was really curious about how I got there and how I run my business and how it's so different from what he did. And I just found him to be super genuine and really authentic. And I just love doing business and hanging out with authentic people. So that's number one. As a result of meeting Steve at that mastermind, I was invited to participate in his internet profits workshop. It was, I guess, 3 days in San Diego. And here's what really impressed me about that. This guy is an influencer. Steve Olsher had some of the biggest names in online marketing just popping in to talk to his audience. So Justin Livingston was in the middle of a launch with Callan Rush's Well Through Workshops programming, and he flew in from Vancouver and spoke and turned around and flew out. But he made the trip just because Steve asked him for. Russell Brunson was there with ClickFunnels. I remember seeing Vrinda Norman, Alex Mondosian. I mean, he just attracted some of the best of this. Christian Michelson was there. I mean, just really some of the best of the people that are out there helping to transform businesses, helping people transform their lives. And this guy was able to attract this wealth of experts into his stead, and I learned so much and gained so much, not only from being there and having the opportunity to interact with those folks, but also from being able to interact with the caliber of individuals that he had inspired to join him and to become part of that experience as participants. So I thought that was absolutely wonderful. And at that event, you know, Steve just treats people like VIPs. So everybody was a VIP. I felt so great about being there, and I came away with so much knowledge and so inspired that I just got to tell you, Steve Olsher, he's inspiring and he's a massive, massive influencer. But probably the most important thing about Steve Olsher is that guy delivers. Shortly after the Internet Profits experience, I got a phone call. I was just driving around St. Louis, and I got a phone call. It was a number I didn't recognize, and it was Steve Olsher. And he said, hey, I want you to participate in this project that I'm doing with Alex Mondosian. It's called Push Button Influence. And the idea is you are going to create a great social media presence, and you are going to become an influencer using new media, blogging, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever media you were going to choose. And so I thought that was really interesting. I really wasn't using that medium much to promote anything really, but I thought, hey, I love Steve. I want to give him proof of concept. I'm a darn good implementer. I follow directions pretty well. And so I wanted to give him a win because he's authentic and he's an influencer, and he was so inspiring to me. So when I signed on to do Push Button Influence, I had 30, count it, 30 Twitter followers. And I thought, well, that might be a really good place for me to go because I didn't really have much of a presence there. So it would be an awesome place for me to start. So in the 90 days that I did Push Button Influence with Steve and Alex, I went from 30 to 300. Yeah, I 10x'd the number of Twitter followers I had. I had massive engagement with me, people emailing me, talking to me on Twitter, talking to me on Facebook. So I got all this engagement. But most importantly, this was the promise. They said, if you do this program, you will land an interview with a bigwig in your space. And referrals is my space, right? So how do I generate referrals? And so I started following people, and I scored an online interview with Bob Burg, who is the author of Endless Referrals and The Go-Giver. So loved that experience. Bob Burg and I now follow each other on Twitter and communicate every now and again. But it was just a really neat experience. And what it really proved to me is that Steve Olsher, when he puts his mind to something and he puts a program together and he tells you what you're going to get if you just follow his lead, dude, Steve Olsher delivers. So we got an authentic guy who is inspiring. He's an influencer and he delivers 100% of the time. I'm just in awe of the guy. So listen, I'm a master connector, and what I do is I help business owners and entrepreneurs build businesses that fuel their passions, fund their dreams, and have massive impact in the communities where they work and where they serve. And I teach them how to do that by teaching them a system that helps them connect the people that they meet to the people that they know. And I spend a lot of my time helping my clients solve the problems that they have by connecting them to the people that I know. So why the New Media Summit? Holy moly, 40 plus of the top new media influencers. These folks solve problems every day on their podcasts, in their blogs, on their broadcasts, whatever they're doing. And I'm so stoked to go. I mean, when you think about the fact that Jim Rohn said, you become the composite of the people that you hang out with, who wouldn't want to hang out with 40, count them, 40 plus massively successful, massively influential individuals in the new media space? So I want to go not only because Steve is influential, not only because he's a good guy, not only because he delivers, but because I know the kind of people that he attracts to him, both the folks that are coming to teach us and help us learn, and the kind of people that are going to be in the audience are going to be amazing too. And we are all going to help each other grow our businesses and become influencers. And I think that is absolutely amazing. So specifically, how do I think the New Media Summit is going to benefit me? First of all, I'm getting ready to play a bigger game in the world. I am getting ready to come out and help more people do what they want to do and impact the community and impact the world through entrepreneurship. And in order to do that, I got to keep in my head that I am where I am using the skill sets that I have, using the choices that I have to make, right? So my current choices and my current skill sets are what absolutely propels me to the next step. But I need new skills to go to a new place. If I want to play a bigger game, I need a bigger skill set. And I know that this New Media Summit is going to not only give me the bigger skill set, but they have promised to help set up the podcast, plan the podcast, get the speaker sheet for the podcast, get our names out there, get us invited onto each other's podcasts. I mean, this is not just about a bunch of esoteric knowledge. This is about rolling up sleeves and getting into the nitty gritty, dirty, down under of how you create your expert platform. And any of you who have gone through my program know that the second T in my 6T system is become a trusted authority. You've got to build your expert platform, and then you've got to communicate that expert platform so that people see you as a person of influence and a person that can be trusted to help them get to their next place. Steve is absolutely that guy for me. Now, inspiration is another thing. When we're in the daily grind, grinding away, it is so beneficial to just get away from where we are, step outside what we're doing, push the boundaries on our comfort zones, test our limits, and meet people that can help us do that, and people that can inspire us to confidence. I remember going to Bill Barron's Conscious Business Playground with a whole lot of ideas in my head, and just in talking with the participants, I got to really shift my thinking. And I know that when I go to this New Media Summit, there are going to be people there that are going to completely blow my mind, question all my assumptions, and push my boundaries to a place so that I can be bigger and better, and I can play this bigger game and inspire more people. And finally, increasing your influence. You can't help but be better in business, help more people, make more money by growing your influence. And so if you're somebody that has a product or service that you really want to sell and you want to create that expert platform, what better way than to get invited onto other people's podcasts and be able to point to that as being someone that other people want to interview, want to talk to, want to share with their network. When other people share you with their network, it's only natural that your network will want to do the same. So, finally, it's really about getting out of your own way, right? You got to get out of your own way if you want to play a bigger game and if you want to inspire more people, and you just have to change the way you think. And the only way to think bigger and be bigger is to be around really, really, really inspiring, broad-minded, brilliant people. And I am confident, based on what I have seen so far of the list of the folks that are going to be there, that this is just going to be the place to be September 22nd through 24th in San Diego. The resort is gorgeous, so that's a plus. But I'll tell you, it's just about being in Steve Olsher's orbit for 72 hours and rubbing elbows with the amazing people this guy attracts. So let me just say this. If you are someone that has ever thought about expanding your expert platform by doing podcasts and then maybe turning that into a blog or into, 1 Minute Mondays or whatever you want to use content for, this is a great way to come learn how to create that content and let Steve and his team help you with the technology and all the nitty gritty, all that setup stuff, because that's part of what he's doing for the New Media Summit. If you want to go to the New Media Summit and you know me personally, please reach out to me. I've got some special information I can give you and share that can get you to San Diego relatively painlessly. So that's really why I'm going to the New Media Summit, because Steve's an amazing guy, because he delivers, and because there's nothing better than growing your influence by meeting influencers.